Last week, we smacked for $100,000 on the UFC Cycle Parlay.
Because you're prepared for this.
Bang! Ah! 100 large, baby. Back. I don't ever cash out.
He's back.
Cash out, bro. I live and die by it. Congratulations if you watched that video. I believe it got 30 or 40,000 views on YouTube. If you tail that one, congrats to you. 6 figures on one ticket. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. Absolute masterclass. The crazy part is we almost hit both cycles last week. Cycle number 1 last week, we had Aaron Blanchfield by submission at plus 600, the hardest leg smacks. Leg number 2, Michael Morales by KO plus 350, the second hardest leg smacks. What do we need? We need Weili Zhang by decision at plus 210 to bring home 300 grand on one ticket, 3K to win 300K. Valentina masterclasses on her, and we lose the 300K. We declined a 78K cash out. It is what it is. We move on. The second cycle, I'm hoping you guys cashed out on because we're doing 2 cycles on every YouTube video moving forward. Make sure you guys sprinkle on both of them. We never know which one's going to hit. We had 3,900 to win 100K. We had GM3 versus Kyle Dawkins end by sub. That cashed. Carlos Prates by knockout. That cashed easy in the second round. And then Islam Makhachev to win a 25-minute decision. That was sweaty as hell on the ground, but it ended up cashing, bringing us home for 100K. They offered us 27K on that cash out. We turned it down. So we turned down 105K worth of cash outs. We ended up winning 100K, so it is what it is. But you guys know me, I absolutely hate cash outs. The goal for this weekend at UFC Qatar is to slap them again for at least 6 figures. So we're doing 2 cycle parlays, each to win 100,000 this weekend. It's an okay looking card. Before we do so, I already gave away $1,000 total last week. Again, we're doing $1,000 in giveaways for every 100 G's that we win. That was last week. 4 people won $250 each. This week, if you'd like to enter the giveaway, please like this video right now, step number 1. Please subscribe to this channel right now, step number 2. And please comment your favorite cycle parlay in the comments as step number 3. If you guys don't know what a cycle parlay is and you're new to the channel, I'll give you a quick 10-second breakdown. In baseball, a cycle is a batter hits a single, double, triple home run. It's called the cycle, very rare. We took it to MMA. We need, on the same UFC card, 1 fighter to win by decision, 1 to win by submission, 1 to win by knockout, and it brings you home a long shot parlay for gold in no particular order. Let's dive into cycle parlay number 1 for UFC Qatar. For the first slip, we have 3,900 to bring home 100 grand. Leg number 1, we're going with Denzel Freeman by knockout. This is a 6-0 fighter versus a 6-1 fighter. Both guys have very similar records. The difference is Denzel Freeman's fighting the far better competition, whereas Marek is literally undefeated at 6-0, but his competition is complete dog shit, boys. I've watched the tape on it. Here's what we know about Denzel Freeman. He tagged Steven Asplund, hurt him in round 1. He also put him away on the ground in round 2 by submission. Steven Asplund goes on Contender Series and looks like an absolute monster. So I know Denzel Freeman is going to be a higher quality guy. He's fought in the PFL and the LFA, whereas Marek is fighting in terrible organizations. I think Marek is going to walk into a big shot here, or maybe even get walked down. And then the good thing about Marek is he actually has some jiu-jitsu. He has 3 submission wins, so I don't have to fear the club and sub as much. I'm getting Denzel Freeman, the better guy, in my opinion, to win by knockout. It could be on the feet. It could be ground and pound, plus 120. Lock it in. Let's move to leg number 2. Leg number 2, we're going to the Almakhan versus Topuria fight. This is Ilia Topuria's brother here. Similar style, good wrestling, good boxing, good head movement. We're going to take this fight to go to a decision. Either fighter to win by decision here at plus 160. I know Topuria, for the most part, is known as a finisher. 5 of his 6 wins were finishes. However, the Topuria brothers are super smart. All they care about is winning. And I think Topuria here is going to do what is ever needed to win this fight. But in case he loses on the scorecards, we're taking both sides. What do we know about Almakhan? He hasn't been finished in 5 years in MMA. Both guys are high IQ fighters that are only going to care about getting a win here, even if it takes the scorecards. And Almakhan did not even get finished by Umar Nurmagomedov on the ground or on the feet. I got to think one guy is going to win a 29-28 here. Take this one to go to distance at plus 160. For the third and final leg, we're going to the main event. We're locking in Arman Tsarukyan by submission over Dan Hooker. Plus 350 is crazy. Now, hear me out. This number actually feels kind of short. If you look at Arman Tsarukyan's MMA resume, he has very little to no submission attempts, right? He's more of a wrestler, good striking, ground and pound. But check out the details as of late. Training with guys like Khamzat Chimaev, improving his grappling over the past year or so. Taken 2 grappling matches recently where he won by a round 5 submission and a round 1 submission. The guy is tripling down on his grappling, and Dan Hooker is a guy that if you hurt on the feet, you might be able to get a club and sub because he's so tough and he doesn't go out. Or you can take the easy path and double leg this guy. Get him to the ground, control him, look for a Kimura, look for an arm bar, look to get the back and get the rear naked choke. At plus 350, it was the best number out of decision, KO, submission, and I think it's his easiest path to beat Dan Hooker over 25 minutes. So plus 350, you're going to give me, lock it in. That parlay is 3,900 to win 100 grand. Here's the final ticket right here on the screen. Before we dive into the second cycle parlay of UFC Qatar, I got to tell you guys about an absolute crazy special you'd be insane not to take advantage of right now. If you check out the link in the description, Onic is giving you guys $100 cash for free when you spend $10 and use code Matty. So click that link in the description right now. You can play UFC cycles, you can play boxing fights, you can play UFC exact outcomes, over-unders, money lines, everything from almost any US state right now on that Onyx link. If you spend $10 on the app, they're going to give you $100 to play with. It's an insanely good offer. Go use code Matty and do that right now. Cycle parlay number 2, $3,800 is going to bring us home $100,000. Leg number 1, we're going Abdul Rahman Yakayev by submission, plus 220 odds. This number is absolutely insane. Now, look, there's some recency bias here. He's coming off a 30-second KO win on the Contender Series. He's a finisher, and he's fighting an absolute trash can. No disrespect in Sequeira here. But Sequeira has a 40% takedown defense. He was taken down 6 times in his last fight against Julius Walker. Of course, there's a risk that Yakayev just starches this guy on the feet and makes it look easy. But I got to think that what am I going to take his knockout at minus 160 when I can get the sub at plus 220? And I think it's the easier path of victory for him. I'm going to trust that either gets the club and sub or he just says, hey, this guy's a 40% takedown defense. Let me take his ass to the ground, get his back, and choke him out. One way or another, I can guarantee you that this guy's going to end up on the ground. It just comes down to, does he go out cold going to the ground? Does he go down hurt and get club and sub? Or is he ground and pounded out here? I'm praying for the sub. The value's on the sub at plus 220. Lock it in. Let's move on to leg number 2. Leg number 2, we're taking Volkan Oezdemir by knockout over Alonzo Menefield. I've been beat down bad betting against Alonzo Menefield sometimes. He got a semi-lucky win over Dustin Jacoby. The guy's tough. He's a warrior. He's a brick shit house. He's a monster. But Volkan Oezdemir is too clean for him on the feet. He's an elite kickboxer. His straight shots down the middle, his punching, his hooks, his boxing in general is just too much for Alonzo Menefield. And I don't see Alonzo Menefield being able to close the distance and ragdoll him with takedowns. I just don't see that happening. Alonzo is now 38 years old. He's been KO'd twice in the past 2 years, boys. Twice in the past 2 years, and he's 38 years old, and he's fighting a power puncher with elite precision in Volkan Oezdemir. I got to trust that Volkan Oezdemir can put this guy out. His KO over Johnny Walker was absolutely disgusting. Pure precision, just flatline KOs him. It was insane. I'm taking Menefield to get too aggressive over here. I think he's going to maybe walk into something big or get back down against the cage. And I think Volkan Oezdemir is going to put him out on the feet. Volkan by KO plus 130. Let's move on to leg number 3 of the cycle. For the third and final leg of the cycle to bring us home for 100 G's, we're taking Kyoji to win by decision at plus 260 odds. If you've never watched this guy, you could be in for a treat. Very skilled, very fast, very well-rounded, good striking. Check out what Money Moicano said about this guy on the Show Me the Money podcast this past week.
He is the real deal. Let me tell you something, Matty.
Yeah.
I saw this guy train with Pantoja. I saw this guy training Adriano Moraes. I think this guy is the best fighter of American Top Team overall.
What?
Really? Like complete, you mean?
The best fighter.
What do you mean by that?
The guy that trains more, the more skillful, the more disciplined fighter.
Now, there is some risk with this play. This guy hasn't fought in the UFC in 9 years. He left to fight at Ryzen and Bellator and has been gone for quite some time. But he's very well-rounded. He's a veteran. He's got great wins against Manel Kopp and Sergio Pettis. Tagir is a very good fighter. He's got a very good ground game. But look for Kyoji to stuff the takedowns. He might get taken down some, but he'll be able to get up to his feet. He'll be able to stuff the majority of them. He'll be able to do more damage on the feet. Tagir might win some minutes, but Kyoji will win the bigger moments. And he'll win this one on the cards 29-28. Give me his experience to get it done. That's going to bring us home for 100 G's. Let's do a quick recap here. Yukayev by submission plus 220, Volkan by KO plus 130, and Kyoji by decision plus 260 odds. Lock that in. Let me know in the comments after you've liked and subscribed to the video to enter the giveaway. Let me know if you're tailing either of these and what your cycle parlay is. And let's run it back and go back to back.